And now to discuss the latest developments on the unfolding situation in Ukraine, I'm joined by Reuben Johnson, military expert at Breaking Defense. Thank you so much for being with us here this evening. So, sir, what is your take on this? Are we close to a peace deal? I mean, we're nearly hitting the 3-year mark since the Russian invasion of Ukraine began. Do you think that President Trump actually used this as a date to try to have some kind of a truce here take place?
First of all, thank you for having me. I'm not sure that the 3-year mark is the magic aspect or the magic date here. What it is more a function of is we have the Munich Security Conference coming this weekend, and a lot of people who would need to be involved in a decision will be there. But so that they can talk face to face. I think we're still some distance from any kind of an agreement because there's a lot of details missing from what I've heard so far today. A lot is missing, and I would say one of the key things that's missing is, in addition to some conditions that I'm not sure the Ukrainians would sign up for, I'm not hearing anything about war crimes trials or arrest warrants for those guilty, reparations.
So why isn't Trump saying it? Why do you, Reuben, let me interrupt you right there. Why do you think that Donald Trump isn't really saying anything on that? I mean, he's saying that, Ukraine would probably think that, the territory is going to, stay to Russia. But I mean, he's not saying anything about what you just mentioned. I mean, war crimes, prisoners and so on. What can you tell me about that?
Well, it's at this early stage, it's not his role to get into those kinds of details. That's why he hired people like General Kellogg to be the special envoy. And that's why he's got other people working with him who are consulting with him on he's there trying to get the Russians to actually negotiate. Now, okay, that's a considerable step, but negotiate about what, under what terms? And just negotiating doesn't guarantee you anything.
Reuben, let me ask you just a final question here. I mean, there are reports here that Donald Trump would be meeting Vladimir Putin in Saudi Arabia for talks. What do we know about this?
Well, Saudi Arabia is one of the few places where Putin can go where he won't be arrested. Not too many countries left on that list. I'm sure that the Saudis would also like to play a role. They have in the past tried to improve their relationship with Russia, and they've tried to play a peacekeeping role in other conflicts, including this one. But it's the venue. It's as I said, it's one of the few places Putin can go that Trump would also be willing to go.
Thank you so much, Reuben Johnson, military expert, for being with us here this evening on TVP World.
Thank you very much for having me.